here we are, day 2, right outside of Barney's Coffee Shop, which is attached to the hotel. Starbucks affiliation, but still good coffee. All day breakfast. Some really nice options. We had a good time last night. Yeah. We actually had such a good time that we did not return to the evening affairs as much as we had planned to. Well, the heat was there, and then we had a few cocktails down at the bar and
had something to eat. Talked to some locals. It was fun, relaxing. It was air conditioned. But yeah, today we're going to head back home, and I think we'll stop and see what happens.
There's a few stops along the way. We'll see what our adventure brings.
Let's go.
All right, here's our drive out of Brady, headed towards Llano. A lot of the trees you're going to see here are mesquite trees. We use a lot of these trees for doing barbecue. That adds the Texas flavor, I guess. Lots of dryness with the drought, unfortunately.
A lot of prickly pear cactus, and we're about 120 miles northwest of our area. We're north of Austin, but take a look, guys. The drought is no joke. I mean, everything is just yellow and burnt. Some places too, we were seeing patches of fire that came through. All the whole ground was black. So we got to get some rain, guys. Praying hard for rain. Next stop is Llano, Texas. Some of the farmers out here have the irrigation systems, guys. It looks like they're just watering coastal grass for hay. But you can tell, look how green it is over here, and then where the arm doesn't sweep over there.
We're driving through a small town, if I'm pronouncing it right, called Pontotoc. Pretty much a ghost town, but obviously there's some folks that probably are long-term landowners out here. So this was actually a boom town back in the late 1870s, 1878 or so, and they'd established an education academy and so on like that. They'd had general stores, whatever. Again, think of the boomtown atmosphere back then. And apparently typhoid came through and pretty much decimated the area, decimated the folks that lived in the town.
Just like that?
Just like that.
And
in fact, there it goes, huh?
Yeah.
In fact, they had one cemetery where they had buried folks that had died of typhoid, and they had to build a second one, and the town just never.
Pretty sad. Yeah, but as you drive, okay, we'll go ahead and I gotta drive. So as you drive through Texas, you're gonna see a lot of those old little towns that just kind of went away. Just how things were with disease and sickness and influenza, but some people stayed.
All right, we are taking a little bit of a pit stop here in Llano. And Llano is known for a few things. The Llano River, and
it's a major hunting town.
Nice bridge here. It is known as the deer capital of Texas. Lots and lots of hunting in this region. The other thing that Llano is known for is its rich mineral and ore deposits. So along the way, you may very well see some mining and so on like that.
We'll walk around the downtown area for a little bit.
You've got green?
Okay. Just trying to be safe. I like these old towns, all these old shops. It's a pretty courthouse. Antique stores. Beautiful courthouse. So the courthouse was built in 1892. It took a year to build. They had a fire in 1932 and then reconstructed some of it in 1952. Beautiful grounds, lots of war memorials. So guys, here in this small town, they still have statues for Confederates. You're not going to find in a small town like this protesters trying to knock statues down.
All around the courthouse, they've got some really nice veteran memorials to all of the wars, including Desert Storm and Vietnam and so on like that. So obviously a lot of the small town Texas, the heart of course is the courthouse, and along the other side there's actually a museum. It looks like they're doing a little renovation on it, but Llano is a great town. It's got a little more hustle and bustle I think than Brady, but obviously still a lot of things shut down. It's Sunday, we're in the Bible Belt. What do? On Sunday you go to church, you don't go out and do your business. Things like that. But Llano is a beautiful town. They've got a beautiful state park. We're not going to be going there today. But they're also known for a couple of barbecue restaurants, Cooper's, which I think we're still going to pass by, and then Miller's Meat Market. Kind of some rivalry going on there. Miller's we've already passed by, but hopefully we'll pass by Cooper's and take a look. Now we're full of barbecue.
We're not eating any more barbecue.
So we will maybe stop and try something different along the way. But there was also, this region was known for the Indians, the Tononqua, if I'm saying that right. They were here originally, and then when Cabeza de Vaca came through, he brought through Apache and Cherokee, and then Cherokee started to kind of take over this region. So again, lots of history associated with this area.
Yeah. And look at these live oak trees, guys. These are just beautiful. And
there's actually pecans.
Yes, yeah. A lot of the pecans are falling because of the drought before they can develop. But look at that tree. Just gorgeous.
Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, this area of Texas is also known for its ore, just rich minerals and so on like that. Granite. This is again another area where you're going to see some of the granite and so on like that. We're really close to, we're fairly close to Enchanted Rock, which is a huge rock dome made of granite completely.
Hundreds of feet.
Yeah, and then we're going to take you to a winery, and it is a winery that is built on a lot of granite. It's an absolutely beautiful location.
Really high in elevation. We'll be able to see the hill country. And in fact, as you can see, most of the courthouse is built with granite, and you'll see a lot of buildings Central Texas and the hill country that's built with this beautiful granite. So I want to show you something else too. A lot of Germans settled here, and this is what we call the German gingerbread style of rock walls. You've got granite, you've got limestone, which we have a lot. There's some slate and quartz as well too. The sand, kind of the hard sandstone as well, but it's just beautiful the way they build. You'll see a lot of old farms and homes that were built in the late 1800s with the gingerbread German style. It's pretty neat. So this was the old jail. It was renovated into a museum. They're doing some work on it and renovations now, putting a new roof. Again, folks, look at that huge oak tree. It's just towering over us. It looks like it's grown so much that they had to put some supports. This is a World War I memorial, 1917, 1918, just commemorating the people of Llano that went and fought. It's a beautiful memorial. Again, lots of limestone. Well done. Guys, we're in Stoltz, Texas. It's literally an intersection town, not much here. It's a major intersection to get to Llano, to get to Marble Falls, to get to some of the other towns. There's a small farmer's market here that's been around, gosh, years. And when I was a corporate chef, I used to travel up and down these roads, and it's Mills Market, fresh produce. Let's take a look. Do they have that local honey? This is a bunch of Bride of Barbados, guys. They're selling these as well too. They're beautiful.
another one of those rail trestle bridges over here.
This is a regulated lake, so it never really runs dry. There's systems of dams. And this lake runs into Inks Lake, one of our favorite state parks to go to. Every year around my birthday, Valentine's Day, they lower the lake about 10 feet. You get these pockets in there where you can really get some good night fishing in. So that's kind of something that we like to do. We are going to skip that this February, and what are we going to do this February? You want to give them a little bit of a preview?
Well, the plan is we've found ourselves to becoming quite historical buffs, and we are hopefully going to plan a trip to Presidio La Bahia, which was a historical fort back in the Civil War era. And they actually have a place, what they call the captain's quarters, that you can stay there.
Basically, you have the whole fort to yourself, and apparently it's supposed to be haunted.
But again, we will see what...
Sorry, I actually hit the remote. Rochelle was saying we'll see as we get closer to February, but it's going to be a fun trip. It's one of those big granite rocks.
I can't see it.
Can't see it.
Glimpse through the trees.
Well, unfortunately, the high school kids will go up there and put their graduation date. I don't know why they do that. The city comes out there and cleans it off. All right, guys, we are in Burnet, Texas. The history behind this town, it's a railroad town.
Railroad town.
And there was an old fort as well, too, to protect the settlers and the Native Americans. This obviously is not something that was built in the 1800s.
Yeah, actually the history is right here, which was interesting because we didn't know. But again, kind of another historical square built around the courthouse, the central location place to be.
Yeah, the original courthouse was built of board construction. In 1854, it was destroyed by suspected arson. In 1874, the second courthouse was built of limestone and served until they raised the new building and completed in 1937. So.
And here, look again, granite.
Granite.
And if you would see this building, here's that famous Texas, I guess, red granite.
Yeah. Let's take a closer look.
They've got beautiful things surrounding Wedding Oak Winery. Now, we're not headed there today.
No.
We're going to take you back probably about, what is it, about 5-6 miles?
Yeah, up in the hills.
We're taking you guys to a winery called Torr, Lochs. And you will see why we're going to take you there.
The view
compared to Wedding Oak
is amazing. They're good too, but we're going to take you to the an actual vineyard and winery.
Okay, so one of the other fun things, now Burnet actually has several really good festivals to come to, but they have we have a train system that is called the Hill Country Flyer. And it's really cool. It comes out of Cedar Park, Leander area, kind of where we are. And then it brings you to Burnet, where you can come and kind of shop for the day, eat, take a look at Burnet. They also have some really fun things to do, like at Christmas. They do a very Christmassy sort of special and so on like that. So
Cedar Park is closer to Austin than we are, but they've got a really cool train station. They have two different types of passenger cars. They've got the regular open window, which you don't want to take in the summer, and they've got an air-conditioned, more luxury car. So I don't know, maybe around Christmas we'll take a train ride and come enjoy the Christmas lights.
Okay, so this is the jailhouse that was built in 1884. The cells were upstairs, and the sheriff's offices and living quarters apparently were downstairs. And it was in continuous present time. It housed prisoners until 1982. Now that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
When a new jail was constructed. So 9 to 19.
Yep. Sheriff Wallace W. Riddle. 1899 to 1978. I wouldn't want to make him mad and break the law. It's Sunday, guys. Well, we'll bring you back to some of the really fun festivals that are coming up for the holidays, especially around Christmas. This whole courtyard is just full of vendors, people selling arts and crafts, all kinds of holiday fun things to do.
All right, so here we are at Torr, Lochs. Our understanding is it's Scottish for Hill of the Lakes, and you will see the reason that we are here. The view itself is incredible. The wines are good, but I'll tell you, this place is everything about the view.
Next time we'll come when it's cooler.
Okay, so we went with their Blanc offering this time. It's really light, really nice, from Texas High Plain grapes. And we're just enjoying a glass indoors.
And then we'll take you outside, and I'm going to show you around the winery. All right, guys, they have a lot of stainless steel stills, and you can even sit in here. This is where they have their aging barrels. So the lights are on, guys. They're very nice to show me. The wood on the top is beautiful. It represents the Scottish flag. And they even have tables in here where you can have wine parties. Beautiful. Here is the view.
This is the piece de resistance part.
Okay. You can imagine how nice this would be when the weather is much cooler. A lot of seating. They have a fire pit over there. Outdoor kitchen. A lot of weddings they have.
And you can see the lake in the background.
That's Lake Buchanan. That's the bridge we drove over.
And then, of course, surrounded by the red rocks, the red granite.
Red granite. Oh, there's the dam over there.
Oh, yes.
So here in the winter, cooler weathers, they have a huge fire pit going. The last couple times we went out here, we would sit out here and enjoy. All right, it's hot.
It is starting to get hot, so we are headed home. We do hope you guys enjoyed our one night overnight, taking a little tour of some of Central Texas.
Our journey back home through Texas's small towns. Hey, we appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, and God bless. Pray for rain for us.
Please.